Welcome to our first online art class. My name's Allie, I'm the art teacher at Wildwood, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make some DIY watercolors from food coloring. Watercolors are one of our favorite things to use in the art room, and until we can be creating together again, I know you will find some amazing ways of using your own watercolors to make cards or paintings for your wall in your room or anywhere in your house that you can find to put anything up, just to add a little splash of color. You could make a gift. Mother's Day is coming up. You could make a Mother's Day gift. Anything. I know you're all so creative and you can come up with some really great ways to use these. So first, I'm going to talk about our supplies that we're going to need. Then I am going to talk quickly about the example that we're going to make at the end of the video. Then I'm going to switch camera angles and put the camera down so you can see me making the watercolors. And as I said, we'll finish up with an example painting that you can follow. You don't have to follow if you want to forge ahead on your own. So what we are going to need are, first up, some clean water. A cup or so will do just fine. Food coloring in yellow, blue, and red. You don't need any other colors. With those primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, you can make all the rest of the colors and as many colors as you want. We're only going to start with those three. Next, you're going to need a paintbrush. If you don't have a paintbrush handy, Q-tips are a fun thing to use with this. You could also use a toothbrush. You can get some neat effects with that. Then we need some bowls or cups. I'm using 3 colors, so I have 3 cups here. I need some paper. I'm using white cardstock. If you do have thicker paper handy, it definitely works better. You can use computer paper or thinner paper if you don't have any cardstock, but I do recommend some kind of drawing paper or cardstock if you have it. We need a measuring spoon or anything that can hold a little bit of water. Some supplies that are not on this list, I know, are a palette or a surface to mix your colors. If you don't happen to have one of these lying around, I understand. You can use takeout containers. I use these when I paint all the time. You can use medicine cups. You could use paper cups. You could also use some recycled jars. Whatever you have, I'm using this white palette so you can see how my colors mix right on camera. Nice and vibrant. So in just a minute, we're going to start mixing our paints, but first I want to talk to you about the example that I have on our sheet, which is this, based on the artwork of Alma Thomas, and her artwork is right along here at the bottom and here at the side. Alma Thomas is a favorite artist of mine and was a favorite artist of ours in the art room when we studied her. She used vibrant colors, also short, choppy, mosaic type brushstrokes that are a really great way to challenge yourself if you're looking to kind of expand your painting style. So feel free, after we mix our colors, to keep following along while I make this and also go through a couple other advanced painting techniques. Or feel free, once you have your paints, to stop the video and just forge ahead and start creating. Okay, so first, what we are going to do is add a couple of drops of each color to each bowl. And just a quick note, I'm using gel food coloring, which I happen to have on hand. The dropper food coloring that you can get at the grocery store works just great. So after we have each color in the bowl, we're going to add maybe 2 tablespoons of water to each bowl. And then I'm just going to use my paintbrush to kind of mix each color. Make sure though that you're rinsing your brush between each, rinsing and drying your brush between each mix. Okay. And this is our yucky paint water. It's going to be a really gross color by the end of this, which is okay as long as we dab our brush on our paper towel over here. No one's ever going to know. Okay, once you have your colors mixed, it's time to start painting. I have an example that I showed you right here. If you want to follow it, that's great. If you want to forge ahead, make your own artwork, that's even better. So feel free to stop the video and start painting. If you are looking to follow along, we are going to start with a big red circle right here in the middle of the paper. And then we're going to slowly start building onto our red circle, going out from red to orange to yellow to green to blue and then purple here along the edges. Okay. So first, I need some red. Start right here in the middle. And you can make this first circle as big or as small as you want. This is a good time too if you want a darker color or a more vibrant color. You can add more food coloring to your water. Don't add too much though. Otherwise you run out and you won't be able to do it again. Okay, so after my red circle, then it's time to start doing my dabs. I'm going to dip my brush back in and make sure you're dabbing it off on the lip of the bowl. Otherwise you'll end up with big puddles of paint all over your paper. So the brush strokes you're making are short little lines. One more little guy right here. Oh, maybe I'll make it into a bigger one. Okay, so now I need orange, but over here I don't have any orange, so I need to mix my own, which is totally okay because my primary colors are the only tools I need to make every color of the rainbow. So to mix orange, I need some yellow. I'm going to make a little puddle of yellow on here and some red so I get a nice bright orange. And when you're mixing, make sure you're always mixing the red into the orange. When you're making orange, the red goes into the yellow rather, just so you're not dragging red paint through the yellow and making all of the yellow orange. Okay. So my orange kind of turned into yellow at the end because it was a little light, but I'm just going to go back and do another row of pure yellow. And there's really no right way to do this or wrong way to do this. If you're bored with the dashes, you can just start making circles. You can start making lines across the top or along the sides. Anything you want. It's going to be beautiful no matter what because these colors are so bright. Okay, so after yellow, we're at green. And again, don't have green over here, but if I mix yellow with a little bit of blue, oh, a nice bright green. We're going to keep circling out. I think this painting style is very relaxing. but some people I know might get a little impatient with it, and that's okay. It's your painting and you can do it however you like. I'm only going to do one row of green. After green, it's time for some blue. I love the blue, it's my favorite. And you can think about this like you're drawing lines, like little dashes, or you can just kind of move your brush up and down if that's a little easier for you. Okay, so our last step is purple. And we're going to do a row of purple dashes and then fill the purple in toward the sides or out to the corners. So to make purple, I think purple's a little bit tricky because sometimes it's not quite right the first time. So we're going to mix some red and a little bit of blue. And when we mix purple like this, it may look a little dark. Yep. And if you have to adjust your color, you can. If you want to make it a little bit darker, you want to add more blue. There we go. Once it dries too, it's going to get a little bit brighter. Keep going. And then I'm going to do one more row, purple dashes. And you can also do different colors if you want, now that you know how to mix all the secondary colors. We have the primary colors, which are red, yellow, and blue. The secondary colors are orange, green, and purple. Once you know how to mix all those, you can really do your colors any way you choose. And you know what? Maybe I'll pick a different color for the outside instead of the purple. I like green. Make my edges green. So I'm going to go back to my green. Fill them in. You could also maybe write letters on the edges to make it look almost like a playing card. What else could you do? You could add little pictures to the side if you wanted to grab a pen or a pencil or a marker. I'm just going to fill mine in. There we go. Okay, so that is our rainbow mosaic painting. Don't forget, if you want everybody to know who made it, you can sign your name right at the bottom. Oh, if I know how to sign my name. Okay, so there's our painting. Again, if you want to stay on for some more advanced painting techniques, just sit tight. I'm going to grab another piece of paper and then I'll show you a couple more tricks before we end. Okay, once your Alma Thomas example is finished, you're free to end your art time, but I'm just going to go through a couple more little techniques for watercolors, a couple that are a little more advanced and some that are just a little bit more fun. The first is using a couple of Q-tips and picking a color that you want to make. I'm going to say I want to do orange, so I'm going to dip one Q-tip in each color that it takes to make orange, which is red and yellow. And then I'm going to hold them together like this and dot with the Q-tips so I can kind of see my colors mixing on the paper, which is pretty cool. And you could fill up many papers with this technique if you want, but I think I'm going to turn mine into a little cherry tree. Okay, so we're going to keep dotting. Again, some people might get impatient with this. I actually think it's pretty relaxing. So I'm going to make a tree. I'm using a smaller paper. Okay, so after, these are going to be the leaves of my tree. Okay, after that's finished, I'm just going to add some really, really light blue for the sky. So if you want to make really light colors, you're going to take just a little bit of whatever color you want to make and a bunch of water So good amount of water. So the color is really, really thin. A little bit more. Okay. And you're going to use not a lot of paint at all on your brush. And this way, oh, don't forget, make sure you're on a surface where it doesn't matter if it's messy. Okay, so I can kind of come in here and do this little sky. Get more paper towels. A little bit more over here. Okay. So then, if this is my sky, this is going to be my ground. So I need to make some green again. Gonna make put some yellow, a little dab of blue. Go along the bottom here. Okay. So I've got a sky, a tree, and then a ground here. And then what I can do when this dries is add a tree trunk and some branches, but stay tuned. So my paint's dry. So now what I can do is take a dark colored marker. I can make a little tree trunk, some little roots. Make sure you're making your lines spread out up into the tree. You can make as many or as few branches as you want, and they can be as detailed or as abstract as you want. Okay. And then maybe I'll do a little outline of my ground. And I think that's it. I gotta sign it. And then I have a little painting. And that's the end of our project. Thank you so much for joining me here today for our first online art class. I hope you had as much fun as I did. I can't wait to see what you all make with your watercolors. If you do want to snap a picture and send it to me, my email's down in the video description below. I also put a link to the PDF of the handout with the instructions and the supply list. Tune in next week for another art lesson. I can't wait to see you. Stay healthy, stay strong. I miss you all so much, and I can't wait to see you soon.